My name is Layanara Vargas, and I will be running for city council member for the city of Moreno Valley, California. Now, you may be asking yourself, like me, what does a city council member do? Usually, a city council member serves as a local legislator, which typically represents the interest of a community's residents. I'd have a wide range of responsibilities, such as enacting local laws, managing the city's budget, and addressing constituent concerns. It is important to note that the city of Moreno Valley operates under a council manager form of government. So while we do have a mayor, he doesn't really make all the decisions himself. The council members do have like a strong opinion in in their in like a say. Now, you may be asking yourself, like I did, how do I get my name on the ballot? First, you must meet the candidate qualifications. You must be a resident of District 2, a registered voter in the city of Moreno Valley, at least 18 years old by election day, and eligible to take the oath of office. For step 2, you must pick up the nomination papers, which is basically you must get a candidate packet from the city clerk's office at Moreno Valley City Hall. You could call as well to get more information as to what you would require, but basically that nomination packet holds all the information. So after that, you go based off everything in there. Step 3 is to gather voter signatures. You must collect between 20 and 30 signatures from legislated voters within District 2, and the person circulating the petition must be 18 years old and must sign a declaration confirming they witnessed all the signatures. This declaration that they're signing is basically under the penalty of perjury. And then step 4, you must file documents with the city clerk. You must file the completed nomination packet and other required forms, such as the nomination paper, the official filing form, which doesn't require any payment. You must file for the Statement of Economic Interest, Form 700, the ballot designation worksheet, and pay $700 for an optional candidate statement that will appear in the ballot. Now, it's important to note that you must follow campaign finance rules. Before soliciting or receiving any campaign contributions, you must file a candidate intention statement form, which is Form 501. If you plan to raise or spend more than $2,000, you must establish a campaign committee and file a statement of organization Form 410. You must continue to file regular campaign finance reports as required by the Fair Political Practices Commission. Right here, I included a quick link into where you could find all the forms that I previously mentioned. It's basically a nomination packet, and I inserted a hyperlink, and it takes you to the City of Moreno Valley's candidate forms, and you're able to view all the forms in here. I selected this office because I feel like it gives me the opportunity to learn more about the way my city is ran and grow more mindful while generating greater knowledge of what's happening around me. I feel like we're constantly seeing all these signs, these posters, and we're like, what does it mean? Who are these people? This honestly does give me like a greater understanding of what's going on. Even like I didn't know the city council members before, so I feel like it does help and it gives us greater understandings of what's going on around us. So, how would I get help from political parties? Moreno Valley and Riverside do lean more like Democratic-ish in local elections, which would allow me to get access to party networks such as volunteers and canvases, as well as endorsements from the Democratic Party, while also offering credibility for voters to align with that party. This would help my candidacy, by co-branding with the party. For example, yard signs with party logo and getting the local Democratic Committee endorsement in Moreno Valley. Now, for interest groups such as local neighborhood associations, senior associations, and faith-based groups, even youth organizations will help me have a volunteer base which has activists willing to knock on door-to-doors, phone banks for hosting events, or even hosting events, sorry. They'll also help me issue legitimacy because it shows I have an interest to their priorities, which may amplify that message to other people surrounding them, and to even like other individuals that may hear from them as a word of mouth. Word of mouth is very strong nowadays, and if I help and show that I'm interested in their problems and their priorities, then it'll give back to me. Now for PACs, I'd focus on PACs aligned with public safety, environmental PACs, and housing reforms. With their support, I'd get financial resources, professional campaign services, and credibility signing, because if a respected PAC backs me, it can possibly influence donors and votes. Like anything else, let's say a famous person were to back me, it obviously have a greater influence on the voters and who's voting for me. Honestly, in general, parties, interest groups, and PACs each bring distinct leverage. Parties offers infrastructure and legitimacy, while interest groups provide ground level trust and membership networks, while PACs offer media muscle, basically. For my campaign strategy, I'd have a campaign manager, which would basically honestly run everything else. They'd focus on overseeing door knocking, volunteers, canvassing, while also managing social media, websites, email, press. They'd track voter lists, posting data, and targeting. The finance director, mainly because I feel like it'd be very overwhelming for myself just to be able to budget everything. And then volunteers are a great sense of campaign strategy. I could have 20, 30 volunteers, and they'd each be doing their own sense of active volunteering. They'd be canvassing, phone bakers, and any other type of distribution, door-to-door knocking, etc. My main focus on outreach methods would be door-to-door knocking, yard signs, banners, lawn signs, working with interest groups, and phone baking. I feel like the door-to-door knocking it gives a face-to-face contact, which is highly effective. It shows that I'm there for the people, in a sense. And then yard signs, banners, lawn signs will help bring visibility to who I am, my name, and my party as well. Working with interest groups will help me host co-sponsored events to show I'm involved with the community. I'm willing to make an effort. I'm willing to be with you today, any other day, take time out of my day to help you and to see what you need as a community. And then phone baking would be helpful to have one-on-one conversations with people, as well as sending digital messages to everyone. Well, more like voters, to inform them on current stuff happening within my committee as well. My slogan is from local roots to city results, because it has an emphasis that I'm homegrown and able to help the community in ways others might not. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would I even want to vote for you? Well, voters may vote for me because I'm presenting myself in a way that actually listens to the community, not just a distant politician, while differentiating from opponents by being more community oriented, transparent, and attuned to the specific needs of District 2. Door-to-door knocking would have increased personal contact, building trust and name recognition between our community. Now, for my budget on this election, I'd basically be... I wasn't really sure on how much I'd spend, so I looked at the Moreno Valley, the website, and it showed that Ed A. Delgado spent around $5,250, while Shaylinda Bernard spent around $871.46. So I'm basically ranging my campaign from $871 to $5,250 based on those numbers. On these numbers that I've seen, my campaign would not exceed that though. I don't got that much money. After learning about what it takes to run for city council in Moreno Valley, I don't think I would personally want to run for office. Although I respect the role and the amount of work that goes into serving the community, I see my future more in the legal field. Honestly, my goal is to one day become a lawyer so I can still make a difference by helping people understand their rights and defending those in need and making positive change through the justice system rather than through elected office. While running for office is not something I see myself doing, this project showed me how much commitment and organization it takes to serve the public, and it made me appreciate local leaders who dedicate themselves to this work. It also made me more, in a way, knowledgeable to what's going on around me and what these signs mean and what my community is doing, while I'm, in a way, not acknowledging it as much. And now I feel like this presentation helped me to be more aware. Thank you.